I one-shotted Doom with 6 dclaw specs. Like, I don't know, like something like that. Now imagine if you had flow state, you would be doing this at 2 ticks. Oh my god, massive value. But maybe we will go, maybe we'll just go ranged. Maybe we just say fuck it and go ranged. And then we use magic to deal with the ads. Or the minions. That might be the tech. I think I'm gonna use that. We're not gonna have access to void. Oh, that's annoying. Not having void kinda sucks. Void is so nice, man. I mean, if we don't have void, what are we gonna have? Ranged gear. Early game ranged gear. Probably have mixed D-height or mixed height. Something like this. Combat bracelet. On my crossbow. We get a Ring of Suffering. Oh, we're probably gonna be doing a lot of Slayer then. Probably gonna be doing a lot of Slayer before we start doing the bosses. How's that? This is a homeless Bofa build. We will not be using this tree. We will be instead using this one. This is still better DPS by far. Okay, I think we might go with this setup. We'll roll with this setup, and then we'll keep the prayer pen, and then we use the prayer pen to kill the ads. Actually, we don't even need mage switch for this. We can just use the ranged attack, 30% pen, and just boom, try to one-shot the. Oh, actually, no, they have accuracy, right? Like I could miss. I could miss. If I miss it, then it's gonna be kind of fucked. How's my accuracy with mage here? All combat styles. Okay, we're not. It's not as if we're extremely accurate, even if we switch to mage, because the accuracy nodes are global. So that's fine. Okay, so our loadout for Doom is probably gonna be mixed height. Shit. Mixed height.
The crab has moved.
And then we bring the infernal tecpatl for the melee punish phase. And we decide if we need a mage switch or not. I don't think we need a mage switch, but if using a mage switch is gonna no, we can't bring a mage switch, bro. It's like minus 29 magic bonus. I'm gonna have to bring like magic gear and shit. No. This will be the loadout. I think this will be the loadout plus the tecpatl, and then I'm gonna send it with that loadout and see how it goes. There will be a very minimal buff to my combat power, compared to, you know, Mainscape. Only thing we're gonna get is the accuracy bonus and the prayer pen and the bonus min hit from the punishing phase, and that's it. But I don't know. I guess it's a good chance to learn how the boss works, and I can use it to you know, help with my main account. Okay, so this is probably fine. We can probably get away with doing Doom with this tree. 17 points. It's pretty budget. 17 points is pretty budget. Okay. And then as we get more combat tasks done, as like when we finish Doom, we're gonna have more points to spend, and then we're gonna spend it for CG, and then we can just put them here, boom, 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 and then we can put them more here, like this. and that's 26, and then we can just put more as needed, and as more becomes available, and then we're probably not gonna go anything beyond this, beyond 30 points, because I don't think we have enough tasks to get 30 points before we respec, because all we're gonna be doing when we get our all that we're gonna be doing before we respec is we're gonna do Moons, Moxliato, Huey, Zelcano, Hespori, Zarachnis, all the easy bosses. And then the mid-game bosses, we're also gonna, well, bosses, but they're like mid-game Slayer creatures. We're gonna do Dark Beast, Abyssal Demon, Hydra, Kraken, Smoke Devil. Like surely those will also give us some points to unlock the packs. And then the capstone. The capstone bosses are gonna be Corrupted Gauntlet, Demonic Gorillas, and Doom. And that's gonna be the plan. Okay. And then once we finish all of these, we will respec into either pure mage or pure melee for the time being. And then we expand the tree as we get more points. We go into mage, we're gonna be doing the Karamja stuff for the most part. We're gonna be doing the fight caves, we're gonna be doing Zucca, we're gonna be doing Zora because Zora has fire weakness and we can exploit that with the quadrant. If we're going melee, we're gonna be doing the melee bosses like our dwarves, we're gonna be doing Soul. Technically, we can also do Soul with the Shadowflame tree because we will be going some melee nodes in the Shadowflame tree. And then the light weapon that we're gonna be using is probably gonna be the Abyssal Whip that we get from the Abyssal Sires or the Abyssal Demons. And this is cool. Oh, also this one. Forgot about that one. Yep. We also need this to make our light weapon hit heavier, and then also make it a 2-tech weapon, 2 or 3-tech. It's probably 2-tech weapon. Yeah. And the prayer bonus thing is kind of a bonus. We don't need to take it, but then we can take it if we already have our mage gear ready. And our mage gear is gonna be mostly prayer gear focused. That's gonna necessitate us doing a couple clue scrolls to get all these. Yeah, because we scale off prayer bonus in our air tree, so we need prayer bonus. And right now we cannot cap our prayer bonus because we need to get 50 prayer to cap. And the only way to get 50 prayer with our region picks is if we also go wilderness. But I hate the wilderness. I don't like it. I don't like being there. I know people don't really PK during leagues, but I just don't like the region. So I'm not taking it. So the best option that we have is the Imbued Ring of Suffering, which we can get from Andarin. I think that's a pretty good high-level roadmap, and we're just gonna have to improvise if anything goes wrong. Alright, so I think the combat trees are taken care of. Let's talk regions. Alright, for regions, we get Karamja unlocked by default, which is... Yeah, everyone gets Karamja by default. I think the first region that I'm gonna unlock is probably gonna be... Shoot, this is not the right order. I'm gonna be unlocking them in this order. First, I'm gonna unlock Corrend, and then I'm gonna unlock Kandarin, and then I'm gonna finally unlock Tyrannin? I'm gonna unlock Prif at the end. So the reason why I want to unlock Corrend first is because Corrend has a lot of easy skilling tasks to do, and also that's a pretty good region for Slayer tasks because I can just do the Slayer tasks in the Catacombs of Corrend, and then I can get my totems, Dark Shards, and all that kind of stuff. Do I even need Dark Shards? I don't think I need it. I want the totems mostly, just to get ready for Skatizo. And also just to get the Slayer XP and whatnot. And then Kandarin is next because Kandarin has also a lot of combat related tasks that are super easy to do. So Kandarin has defeat the demonic gorillas, and then we have Perpen and a tree. This Slayer monster is a joke. Mithril Dragon is pretty easy if you just want to get one kill. Kraken is gonna be easy if you have the Slayer level for it. Trident is gonna be easy if you get the Kraken task done, you're gonna get the Trident. The Zenite Jewelry is also gonna be easy because we're gonna be spamming a lot of demonic gorillas, and we're probably gonna get it, like, naturally. Abyssal Tentacle is probably gonna be pretty easy too. This is pretty easy. like we just have to get a weapon and a tentacle drop. Cold necklace. Who drops the cold necklace again? Smoke devil. Okay, so that's yeah, we're gonna need to train our slayer, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, Mandarin has a lot of easy tasks, so this is gonna give us a lot of our points that we need to make our tree look like this, right? It's gonna give us a lot of the extra points that we need to spec into the prayer nodes or the prayer pen nodes. Okay, and then lastly we unlock thriftiness, because thriftiness is gonna be our hally region. We're gonna use that region to get a crystal hally, which is gonna enable our melee build later down the line. And also, it's just a decent region. It's a pretty it's like best in slot region if you want to train thieving, crafting, and smithing, right? At a turbocharged rate. So yeah, because we're also taking larcenist, like Tyrannin. Thriftiness is the region that we're gonna take. Okay, so that's our region. Like that's the region that we take, and the reason why I take Horrend over something like Mauritania or the desert is because I just want to do Chambers of Xeric. I want to learn Chambers of Xeric on my main account, and this is a perfect time to, you know, just get started. It's like an easier version than entry mode raids, right? Because we have the Giga handicaps and whatnot. Yeah, so I'm taking Horrend. So I can learn Cox, and I'm gonna spam Cox on my main skip account, and yeah, that's my chance to learn the raid. That's it. Also a good chance to learn Yama and whatnot. So as for relics, I think for tier 1, let me pull up the Google Doc again. Like I think for tier 1, all 3 relics are really good. There is really no wrong choice depending on your playstyle, although I do think Endless Harvest and Abundance does stand just 1 or 2 tiers higher than Barbarian Gathering, but it's like comparing a SSS tier to like an SS tier or even an S tier, right? It's, you can argue your way into any of the relics. So my reason for taking Endless Harvest is because I'm gonna be, well, I just finished my midterm exams, but I'm going to have a lot of stuff to do for labs in the future. I'm gonna have to do a lot of style work. I'm not gonna have a lot of active time to play during the daytime, right? So Endless Harvest is a pretty good way for me to just, you know, click on a resource node, and then every like 2 seconds on my mobile, I'll just like rotate my street camera around, and then I can just keep gathering resources and AFK train my skills and get my XP for my 50 mil or even my 200 mil task. It's a pretty solve. It's a pretty easy solve for gathering skills. It's a no-brainer. Abundance actually has a lot of use cases for people who don't have a lot of time to play as well, because whereas Endless Harvest allows you to harvest and get a lot of XP passively, Abundance lets you skip the training process altogether, right? It lets you skip the training time altogether, and then it lets you unlock relics a lot earlier. And because you unlock them earlier, you can unlock the later tiers earlier, which means you get access to higher XP multipliers earlier, and it kind of snowballs into more XP faster, right? So Abundance definitely has its use cases. Also, it's good for stuff like Abundance is good for stuff that you only need to do once, so like tasks, agility courses, that kind of thing. And it gives you GP. Right now with my build, I don't have a lot of GP. Most of my GP is coming from Larcenist. Larcenist is most of my GP. So if I don't take Larcenist, for whatever reason, if I decide to not take Larcenist, I'm gonna need Abundance. Otherwise I'm broke. Right now, I'm still kind of broke. So yeah, like Abundance definitely has its place. Like even if you're not trying to go for the Dragon Trophy Rush, a lot of people are saying Abundance is the Dragon Rush, and then the Endless Harvest is the Dad Relic. But okay, Abundance also helps dads a lot, alright? It helps dads with more active playtime, alright? If you're a dad with not a lot of active playtime, and you have access to a computer, then you take Endless Harvest. By that I mean if you have access to a computer that you can play RuneScape on at work. Because, let's be real, if you're playing on mobile, you are not gonna get the Endless Harvest benefit. You're gonna have to like constantly look back and you have to like make sure you're locked in. It's not really doing much for you in terms of adding a lot of AFK time. So, Endless Harvest is my tier 1 pick. My tier 2 pick is gonna be Woodsman. I think for me, Woodsman is pretty much a no-brainer because I really don't like Hotfoot's agility solve. Because yeah, you can see here I put agility solve in question mark because the agility rates from Hotfoot has always been pretty shit. Let's be real, alright? Like sure, if you just wear that pair of shoes and run your entire league until, you know, the league is over, you're gonna get 99. You're probably gonna get like 20 mil, 30 mil, depending on how much you run, right? You're probably gonna get that much XP, but like it's so little XP, right? It's so little XP per hour, right? In agility. Whereas when I'm looking at other relics, especially Woodsman, if I get Woodsman and I like Woodsman unlocks the how many skills? It unlocks like 3 skills, right? It unlocks Hunter, Fletching, and Fire Making. It makes Fire Making super fast because I'm just gonna be using Endless Harvest. I'm gonna be chopping logs, double the burning, double the Fire Making XP, then double the weaponing XP, and yada yada yada. I'm gonna get a lot of numbers just going up through the roof with Woodsman. With Fletching, again, we're gonna be able to batch fletch items. That's gonna be super fast XP per hour. It's a relic that lets you skyrocket through the early tiers really fast because you're gonna get your 99 fletching really quickly. You can even get maybe 50 mil fletching, maybe even 200 mil fletching if you take abundance, because you're gonna have the money to fund your, you know, vendor purchasing and all that kind of stuff. So, Woodsman is very fast XP. Not to mention, it makes Hunter super fast too. You're gonna get a lot of chins. Chins are gonna help you with training ranged. Chins are gonna help you with doing bosses. It's gonna help you with Hespori. It's good. Hunter is good. Hunter is also Hunter is needed for making the Moonlight Antelope ammo for your Hunter Crossbow, which we are gonna be using for Doom most likely. So yeah, there is a lot of value in getting Woodsman and training Hunter early and just getting 99 in Varlamore, because if you try to get 99 in Varlamore, you're gonna be able to manipulate your Hunter rumors so that you're able to get rich enchantments pretty frequently, right? Whenever you get a task. And that's the best chins that you're gonna have if you're not going to the wilderness for one of your regions. So yeah, so I'm gonna be chinning a lot. Or catching chins a lot. A friendly forager is a herblore solve, and it's pretty good if that is your only herblore solve in the entire league. So for example, if you're not gonna take transmute, if you're not gonna take butler's spell, if you're not gonna take friendly forager, sorry, not friendly forager, what's the other one called? If you're not gonna take nature's accord, then yeah, friendly forager is probably an option that is worth considering. But I think when you're going up against Woodsman or even Hotfoot, like there's just so many arguments you can make for one over the other, right? So I think herblore is not really a concern because we're mastering Vexology and I'm gonna be taking transmute. So I'm gonna have all the herbs that I really want. So none of the Guam and Termin like junk. I'm gonna be getting all the Renars, I'm gonna get all the Snapdragons, all the Toadflaxes, all the Torstows, all the what else is there? Like Dwarf Weed for ranging potion, all that kind of stuff, right? I can choose what herbs I want to make the potions that I want, and whatever else that I don't want, I can transmute them into the highest tier for the Mastering Vexology bracket, and just get maximum XP rates from each herb through Mixology, if I really want to train Mixology. Sorry, if I really want to train Herblore. But I don't think I'm gonna go for 99 Herblore unless I'm just sick in the head. I'm not going for point cap. I'm probably going for as close to Dragon as I can, without, you know, hating my life. But I think with what I have planned so far, I should be able to get Dragon really comfortably, even if I just ignore a couple 99s. Anyways, so Woodsman is our tier 2. Tier 3 is pretty interesting. At first, when I saw, what was available, I really wanted to just take Evil Eye and call it a day. I think Bank Heist is complete shit. If you really just want a bank, both Alacrity and Evil Eye can take care of the bank access for you. If you're saying, oh, this bank is closer to this one activity that I really want to do, then you've got the same argument for Evil Eye and Alacrity, right? So, for example, I'm giving up Conniving Clues in favor of Transmutation in my tier 4. This means I'm gonna not be able to teleport to a lot of the annoying clue steps with the clue contracts. Alacrity solves a lot of that for me. For example, the Crime Door one. The Crime Door one is kind of annoying to get to. You gotta go to Brimhaven, you gotta teleport to like
The gem crab has moved.
the Fight Cave region, and then you gotta like go from the caves, climb up the ladder, and then you gotta do all that shebang just to get to the place where you gotta dig in Crime Door. Whereas if with the map of Alacrity, you could just teleport to the shortcut right over there. You don't even need the level to access the shortcut. You could just teleport there and then walk around, and that's gonna be way faster than say using Bank Heist and teleporting to the bank in the Fight Caves, right? But yeah, Alacrity is gonna be what I pick. If you're going to Mauritania, you can probably pick Evil Eye and be pretty happy with it because of how much time it's gonna save you at both barrows. I think you gotta remember that Moons is also pretty much guaranteed to use this as well, right? So you're gonna be using it to save a lot of time on the two bosses in your regions. Now, for a while I was thinking Ascarnia was gonna be a pretty good one because of the God Wars dungeon, where I could just teleport to the boss room. You probably cannot teleport into the boss room. You probably still have to get a KC to access the boss itself, but it's good. It's still good, right? It's still gonna teleport you close to the boss room that you want to be at. But Map of Alacrity can also do that because there is a agility shortcut in the God Wars dungeon for the Armadillo boss, right? You gotta use the grapple shortcut. I'm pretty sure Alacrity teleports you there. In which case, you could just walk to the boss that you need to afterwards, and that solves the God Wars dungeon issue. But I'm not taking Ascarnia after seeing how much damage the quadrant does, so yeah, so that doesn't really affect me as much now. But that's still something to consider. Anyways, in tier 4, I'm gonna be taking Transmutation, and this one I kind of flip-flopped quite a bit, right? At first I was thinking, dude, I'm gonna be getting a lot of points from the clue tasks, so I'm gonna get Conniving Clue, because I just want to get there, I want to get the tasks done ASAP, because if you think about it, it's like -2 steps. Okay, in the worst case scenario, let's say you want to solve 100 elite clues, it's gonna save you 200 steps. If every time you get a clue, you roll the maximum number of clue steps that you need to complete the step, to complete the full clue, right? So I was thinking, okay, that's gonna save me quite a bit of time, right? So I'm just gonna take Conniving Clue. But then, as we got more and more relics released over time, I came to realize that I do not have a lot of skills that are annoying to train solve. So for example, without Transmutation, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble training Herblore because I cannot target farm seeds anymore. None of my things give farming boosts. Woodsman kind of gives you a farming boost, but it's random, right? The seed that you get from the seeds that you get from dismantling the traps and harvesting the animals is random, right? It's a random herb seed or a random tree seed. So if you get unlucky and you get a lot of acorns, I'm gonna guess like lower tiered seeds that have the higher bias when you roll them on the drop table. So you're gonna be getting a lot of low tier seeds that you're never gonna plant, even if with the accelerated planting and growing rates. So you're gonna have a lot of dead farming XP that you think you're getting, but you're not actually getting because you're never gonna convert it to actual XP. With the Transmutation, you can actually convert them to massive XP. So for example, acorn now becomes a magic tree. That's already really insane. Apple tree seeds to dragon fruits or coconuts, really insane. Guam to torso WOM to run Rs, pretty insane for both PVM and XP. So transmutation, I think, is a really good solve for both farming and herb lore, right? It also does kind of have its place with mage, because you can use transmutation to gain access to wrath wounds, which then allows you to cast surge spells, which means you are doing a lot of damage. So transmutation is really good. It's also passive magic training, so you're gonna be able to get magic XP when you're just running around, you know, transmuting stuff, when you're doing clues, for example. So there's a lot of value in this rep. Now, Butler spell though. Butler spell is pretty interesting on it's a pretty interesting relic as well, because you're able to solve partially construction and prayer with it. Let's see. Yeah. So Butler spell is gonna give you some herb lore XP whenever you process the herbs into unfinished potions. But in order to gain even more out of it, you need to either get secondaries to finish the potions, or you need to send them to mastering mixology, right? So you can get 99 herb lore just passively. Or sorry, you can get the ingredients for 99 herb lore just passively through Butler spell, even without hunting for secondaries. So there's your herb lore partially solved. You're still gonna need to spend time and actually process them, but the solution is there. All right. Now for farming, yeah, you're also gonna be. Wait, let me just double check. You get farming XP from Butler spell? Ah, you don't. You don't get farming from Butler spell. So that's wrong. That's wrong. You solve herb lore, okay, and you serve construction partially, because you're gonna be able to get planks. Yeah, you're gonna be able to get planks. It's unfortunate that you get fletching XP out of it rather than construction, but I think that would be pretty OP if you can get construction XP directly. So that's kind of whatever. You just get planks for free, right? So sorry, I just got distracted by the Desert Treasure 2 soundtrack. I got like PTSD from that soundtrack, like the TikToks, like the TikTok sound effect. Anyways, you get planks that can be used for construction training for free. So even if you don't have a lot of money in your build, so for example, even if you don't take, say, larcenous and you don't take abundance, you can still kind of get a partial construction solve through Butler spell. You're probably gonna be hard pressed to get level 99 early on in the league, but eventually you should be able to get enough planks for 99 just passively. So that is an option if you want to train construction, but you don't want to figure out the money situation. Yeah, I said the rest of the effects are pretty shit. Okay, if you're not taking turn, like if you're not taking thriftiness, the crafting is pretty good. Crafting XP is pretty good, but then everything else is pretty shit. Cooking is way faster if you just cook yourself. Smithing is way faster if you get hotfoot, or if you just I mean, if you smith yourself, it's gonna be pretty annoying. But smithing yourself is gonna be way faster too. But you're probably not taking Butler spell to solve smithing. You're probably gonna take it to either solve crafting, herb lore, or construction. Smithing is probably gonna be the last skill that you cycle to if you're gonna process your stuff. So yeah, take whatever you want. But for me, I'm gonna take transmutation because I want the farming and herb lore solved. Those are most important for me. Now for larcenist, sorry, for tier 5, I'm gonna take larcenist first, and then reload into soul harvest, because with transmutation, I can partially solve prayer early game by just transmuting big bones into higher level bones, and I can just bury them or just turn them into bone shards to train my prayer that way. And I can get access to overheads really quickly the moment I unlock transmutation. So there's my partial prayer solve. I don't need higher prayer per se, because I'm not gonna be unlocking oh, I guess I will be unlocking them. I forgot I switched from Asgarnia to Kandarin. Okay, well, that's besides the point. If I really want 70 prayer, I can get it pretty easily anyways with transportation. Like, it's not a big deal. The problem is, once I get to the prayer breakpoint, to actually use the prayers, I don't need a higher prayer pool. If that's what I mean. I don't need more prayer. I just need to be able to activate the prayers. So, transportation will take care of the level requirement, and then Soul Harvest will take care of the level 99. What is largeness gonna solve then? Largeness is gonna solve our GP problem, because before this, we are gonna be mega poor. We're gonna be broke as fuck. We're gonna have free nature runes from the transportation book to actually cast high elk, but we're still gonna be broke as fuck because we're not gonna have much to elk. Probably at that point. So we need largeness to get the gold, whether it is to do some construction tasks to get some points, or whether it is to buy some gear or do some other tasks or train some other skills. We're definitely gonna need money on our account, right? And not to mention, since we're taking Thriftiness, we're gonna need 250 mil to buy the Crystal Crown eventually anyways. So
The gem crab has moved.
money. We're broke as fuck in real life and in game, so we need to fix that somehow. How do we solve that? We steal from people. We steal from elves, and hopefully they pay for our rent. So that's our money problem, kind of partially solved. And next there's gonna be a pretty classic crafting and smithing training method that kind of came around 2 events ago, right? It's probably around the first time Golden God was released is probably when they introduced that method. I think that was like League 5 or something, right? League 5 or Gridmaster. It's probably League 5. So essentially what you do is you buy a bunch of crystal seeds. See, you need money now, so you need to thieve from the elves to get money to buy from them, to then dismantle their gear, and then to turn the crystals that you also stole from them into crafting and smithing XP. So that's how you train smithing and crafting, and by doing that, we're going to be able to knock out a bunch of tasks, get a lot of points, unlock the next tier of relics, and also be able to make onyx equipment and Zanite equipment, which is going to be very important because we need some Zanite jewelry for Kandarin's combat tasks. And also, we need a Ring of Suffering, because that's going to be our best in slot ring for prayer bonuses, which is going to synergize with our magic build. So we want to get the crafting levels ASAP. Now, next is going to be... Oh, wait, should I talk about the other options? Nature's Accord, I don't think is very good when we have transportation and we can choose what seed we get. I don't really care about the teleporting to the farming patches and whatnot. Map of Alacrity and just regular TPs can help me take care of that. Pendant of Eights can also help me take care of that. We have options. Soul Harvest, we're gonna reload into, so we'll talk about that later. Now, for tier 6, we have Grimoire, Sustenance, and Culling Spree. Now, for Grimoire, if you really want Ancients, but you don't have Desert as one of your regions, maybe you can consider taking it. I don't think it's very valuable though, especially okay, here's the thing. You could maybe go for Spoke Spell, right? And then you go for the Quadrant build. Maybe that could go kind of hard. I don't know. I don't think it's worth. I think it's just much better to just take this Culling Spree, right? And be able to pick what Slayer tasks you want to do, accelerate your Slayer XP gain, because you want to get 95 Slayer ASAP. Because the moment you hit 95 Slayer is when you unlock your, your Thanos build, your Thanos mode, whatever you want to call it. Your DPS fully comes online the moment you get 95 Slayer and is able to kill the Echo Smoke them and get a Quadrant, right? The other way for your damage to come online is for you to get the full Hally tree and the Blindbag tree and get a Scythe from and also your Crystal Hally and all the other 5 other Blindbag items. That's gonna take a while, right? Okay, to be fair, you don't really need the Scythe. It would be cool to have the Scythe, but if you just have the dual hitting weapons like the Tecpatl, the Mahawado, the Tecpatl, the Sulfur Blades, you can still do a decent amount of damage with Blindbag and Crystal Hally. So just keep that in mind. You don't really need a scythe to make just the Blindbag really OP. But either way, coding spree is gonna accelerate our account and open up options faster than the other two, right? Eternal Sustenance, Eternal Sustenance is gonna be a really good beginner crutch if you're like new to RuneScape and you're new to the endurance gauntlets, so like 5 caves and the 5 cauldron. Sustenance might have a place, it might, but I think it's probably more useful if you just get coding spree, roll a Jad task, and then just smash Jad's head in, alright? Instead of just, you know, eating a lot and just making sure you have food and then miss a prayer flick and miss a prayer switch and then you just die. Like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. Eternal Sustenance also has another place that you can use it in, and that is the Corrupted Gauntlet. And the Corrupted Gauntlet, just fish 1 fish. Oh, you're done. You're done with food. You can now go gather your herbs. You can go gather your weapon frames. You can do other things. It can help you. It can help you make the instanced dungeons. Sorry. It just makes all the encounters that requires eating food that much easier, because you only need to bring 1 piece of food, and you can fill the rest with whatever, like more brews, more pots, more weapon switches, I don't know, like more ring of recoils, more anti-poisons, I don't know, you can bring like stuff, right? But then, if you're somewhat experienced in the game, if you know how to do the content in the main game, Eternal Sustenance is not gonna do very much for you. Better just go coding spree and just get that 99 Slayer out of the way ASAP. So in terms of priority, it's probably coding spree is the top tier. Grimoire is it's okay. You can take it if you really want ancients. Eternal Sustenance is just, pick it if you need it. If you don't need it, take coding spree. All right. Now, lastly, I'm gonna reload into Soul Harvest. Now, there are a few other combinations you can do. For me, I'm taking Soul Harvest because I just want to get the free level 99 and free 200 mil rune crafting with Soul Harvest. It's definitely doable. It's gonna be funny as hell to get 200 mil rune crafting. It's also gonna be mega useless, but I mean, it's some free points at the very least when I get 15 mil of rune crafting XP, right? So it's free points, and also it's free 99 prayer and potentially even 200 mil prayer. Now, what other reloads can you do? If you really want to, you could also take Abundance in the early game and reload into Endless Harvest. That is an option. That is a pretty nice option. So you can just, you know, get the benefits of having a lot of GP in the early game and getting a lot of the one-time tasks done in the early game. And then once you're done rushing through everything and what's left is the, you know, longer tasks, like the, you know, 15 mil XP, the 200 mil XP, you can then reload into Endless Harvest and just AFK those skills when you're, you know, when you need to take a break. You need to take a break from all the high octane gameplay, you know? Another one you can probably reload into is most likely Hotfoot, right? If you spec to your Hotfoot later down the line, you could start gaining agility XP, or if you realize that you also wanna just get like 99 agility or even 50 mil agility, you could just take the boots, do your agility courses, finish them at 2 times the speed, and knock the agility out like that, right? If you really want to get 50 mil agility. But Hotfoot is really a relic that scales better the earlier you take it, so just keep that in mind. Another one that you can take is maybe you go Butler spell first, and then you reload into Transmute. You could do that too, because Butler scales better the earlier you get it, but then Transmute also enables a lot of account progression acceleration. For example, like I said, you can gain Surge runes really early. You can get Ultra Compost to get higher farming XP rates. You can choose what farming seeds you want to get to also get faster farming rates and Herb Lore rates. You can also accelerate your prayer at tier 4 by getting superior dragon moons. You can also solve magic AFK. Transmute has a lot of value to it. So yeah, like Transmute is kind of like the abundance of tier 4. You get it early, you accelerate your account. But if you want slow and steady progression, you take Butler Spell, just like you take Endless Harvest at the beginning. Right? No, yeah, I think you just reload Soul Harvest. Don't take Flow State. Flow State, if you're gonna take Flow State and you don't have Endless Harvest, just take Endless Harvest, because Endless Harvest is way more XP per hour. Because usually when you're taking Flow State, you're reducing a 3-tick or a 4-tick action to a 2-tick action, right? So that's so if you're going from 3-tick to a 2-tick, you're increasing your XP by 1.5 times, right? Whereas with Endless Harvest, we're increasing it by 2 times because you're getting double the harvest for 4 ticks. Also, Flow State also affects a lot of skills that you just don't really need accelerating, right? For example, you don't really need to accelerate farming. Same thing with magic spells. You're doing a lot of combat with magic anyways, you're going to be getting a lot of magic XP, so the magic and farming benefits are negligible. The crafting is going to be really fast if you go to thriftiness. So crafting is probably, your mileage on the crafting may vary. Splitting is, again, thriftiness can solve it. But if you go hotfoot already, you're not going to need the splitting benefits. So you see how there's a lot of like other relics that can solve what Flow State tries to offer, right? Fletching, you don't need fletching boosts. You have woodsman, you are going at giga rates. You are going faster than Flash, right? You don't need that. Prayer is gonna be giga fast with Soul Harvest if you reload into Soul Harvest. So you can see that Flow State is kind of like a jack of all trades, but then it doesn't really do that much, right? What you need 2-tick cooking. If you really want to sweat, you can go 1-tick cooking. If you don't want to sweat, you can just let it cook because cooking is already really fast. So with my setup, I actually don't have a cooking solve. You see, but I'm gonna have, but I'm gonna have a lot of fish from fishing anyways, and I'm gonna have the materials to actually get 99 fishing, no problem. That's not gonna be a problem. Nobody's gonna have a problem with not having enough fish. It's just a matter of how much time are we gonna spend processing the fish, and fishing it, and cooking is super fast, so I don't think it's worth investing a relic into solving cooking. I'd rather use it to invest. I'd rather use the relic to solve something like rune crafting or construction that's like really hard to solve otherwise. So yeah, tier 7, just take whatever you want. I would recommend getting endless if you don't have it, and instead of an abundance early. Hotfoot could be good. The more I think about it, the less I think it's good. Maybe you could reload into conniving clues if you realize, oh my god, I don't want to do 7-step clues. What the fuck, dude? That's annoying as hell. I want to do the clues. I don't want to drop them because I don't have the equipment to do the emote step. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna spam all the tasks related to clues, and I'm gonna call it a day and never think about clues ever again. You can reload into conniving clues. That could be good too. You have a lot of options. Like I think, like this is like a side tangent. I think this league there's a lot of good options in both the combat and the scaling relics, and I think it's so nice that as they were releasing a news every day, I'm just flip-flopping between, oh my god, do I want to take abundance? Oh wait, but like rune crafting gets solved by Soul Harvest. Oh, maybe I'll take Soul Harvest, and then it's like, oh wait, but if I take that, I'm not gonna have enough GP for construction, and you know how like every relic has its own very clear, very defined strength, and it's just nice to find a combination that suits your playstyle. And for me, I don't really want Hotfoot. I know a lot of people like Hotfoot, but I don't really like Hotfoot, and I don't really think Flow State is gonna offer any meaningful value, especially for a tier 7 relic. That allows you to pick something like a Soul Harvest that guarantees you the 400 points in rune crafting, right? That's so much better than, getting my 200 mil in woodcutting faster, for example. Anyways, tier 8 is pretty interesting. A lot of people want to take minion for the quality of life and also just the free damage, the quality of life from then minion picking up the loot for you. It's just free damage, right? It's also nice AoE and multi-combat. Minions, pretty solid, right? You cannot go wrong with taking minion, because when you take minion, you're always doing more damage because of it. It is what it is. Flask of Fervor is a different issue, because with Flask, maybe you get more specs off, maybe you do more damage, more burst because of it, but maybe you don't do enough burst with their spec, maybe your spec misses or whatever, and minions over time does more damage than Flask because of it. Because what happens with Flask is that a lot of times we're probably not going to be using Flask for healing or prayer restores. We're probably going to be using it for spec spam, right? So if you have a spec weapon that's really good, then maybe you take Flask and you just go spam the hell out of the boss with the specs, and you take the 20% chance. Where is it? The 20% chance to not use any spec energy node. They just like spec it, like, 3 times with a dclaw, and then you chug your Flask, and then you spec it another 3 times or a 6-time dclaw spec. That could be pretty funny. That could be like a YouTube clickbait title. I one-shotted dude with 6 dclaw specs. Like I don't know, like something like that. Yeah, it has its place, It has its place. Another interesting thing is that the Flask can work inside the CG. So like I said, if you're really new to the game and you really think you need to crutch an eternal sustenance, maybe reconsider, maybe take Calling Spree instead, and you go Flask. Because Flask can not only restore your HP, it can also restore your prayer, it can also make you invuln to damage, which is really good, because in CG, Corrupt the Gauntlet, the tornadoes, if you find yourself getting cornered by the tornadoes, you could just chuck a drink, and just tank the tornadoes and just like one tick or staff the boss down, right? So it's a good fallback plan to save you time in case you mess up. But if you're really good at the game and you don't need the fallback plan, and you don't get the value out of Flask because you're not gonna use a spec weapon or minion, it's like that. Executioner is a really funny relic that you can probably take, or make your friend take, because it's only good for raids. So yeah, I mean, 20%? I don't know. Like I don't. It's a funny relic, all right. It's a funny relic. But you do so much damage anyways, regularly, and you don't need the extra execute burst, right? If you're doing like 100 damage per hit with the quadrant, you really need a execute that does 200, 300 damage. I just auto 3 more times and that guy's dead, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think Executioner is probably 1 or 2 tiers below the other 2 options. Personally, I'm going Flask because I think I will need the crutch when I'm doing CG, maybe the Fight Caves and the Infernal, and even Colosseum, right? Because I've never done any of those before. It's also gotta be nice for Cox, I suppose. So yeah, I will be taking Flask. So yeah, that's my skilling relic choice. Now, so we talked about the regions, we talked about the skilling relics. Let's talk about what skills we didn't solve with this combination of regions and skilling relics. So we can see that, let's go with the blend. We can see that agility, not solved at all, right? What my plan is for agility is that I'm gonna take the Kromja Diaries lamp and just dump it into agility, and then I'm just gonna forget about it, alright? And then when I need agility, I will go to the Brimhaven Agility Arena and maybe do like 1 or 2 hours of agility, and then get whatever level requirements that I need for agility and call it a day. I'm not touching agility after that. Fuck that skill. I'm not playing a for fun game mode to do fucking agility, alright? It is what it is. Like, that's why at first I was really thinking about going Barbarian Gathering to just bypass agility training completely. But then the Barbarian Gathering is just, you're getting agility skipping for a lot of loss in QOL, right? Your quality of life goes significantly down. You don't have money from abundance, you don't have the one-time pass from abundance, with the plus 10 level boost.
The gem crab.
You don't have the AFK friendliness when you're at home. or even at work, if you have a PC at work that can play RuneScape. Like I said, I don't have a PC at work that can play RuneScape. That's why I keep emphasizing this. I have to use my fucking phone, so I have to still like rotate my fucking screen like every once in a while. But that's besides the point. Yeah, like again, Hotfoot also is like a really slow agility solve, but it does make agility a 0 time skill to train. So that's why like a lot of people think it's valuable. If it did something in addition to training agility at 0 time, that is not training cooking and training smithing, I would have considered it. But because I'm taking larcenist and training smithing with larcenist, that skill becomes a pure agility and cooking solve, and I don't need the cooking solve. So am I really gonna take one relic just to solve agility itself? You see what I mean? When I'm not even gonna go for 99 agility anyways. Yeah. You could say that, hey, but like you don't have the agility level, so is a map of alacrity kind of shit then, because you can actually use the agility course. Most of the agility courses that you're gonna need is probably gonna be somewhere in the 80s or below 80s range. So I'm fine with just training like 2-3 mil agility if I have to. I'm gonna be dumping a lot of my lamps into agility anyways, so that's that. That's the end of agility training. I'm just gonna lamp most of it. For Herb Lord, we are gonna have it solved by just doing mixology if we have to. I think we're gonna be able to get a lot of just high tier herbs or mid tier herbs and make the potions that we need for PVM, and that's gonna give us enough XP anyways. If not, then I'll go do a mixology. Just probably gonna be a mixology task related to the collection lock anyways, so I'm not too worried about training Herb Lore. Yeah, I was gonna say, did I say agility? No, but no, I said mixology. Alright. Cooking, I'm gonna manually train it. It is what it is. It's very fast, so I don't care. Slayer, we're gonna have to manually train it. I mean, I don't know. Is there any like AFK Slayer training method in the game? I don't think there is, right? I think we're just all gonna be doing Slayer, whatever region we have. So Calling Spree is gonna help pick the easier and faster tasks, or pick the better tasks, or pick the boss tasks that we want. It's gonna be really nice when we get tier 6 and start doing Slayer. Construction is the most awkward skill for the account, because I do kind of want to get construction so I can get access to restoration pools and whatnot. It's not super important. I will have a lot of money from larcenist. I will have a lot of money from larcenist, but I don't think I'll have enough money to buy both the crown and get 99 construction and build all the stuff that I want in my house. So I'm gonna have to make a judgment call during the league to see if I wanna spend more time thieving or just not get the crystal crown. Maybe that's the play. But yeah, so that's all the skills solved or addressed, I suppose. Hunter is gonna be a manual training, but it's gonna be really fast because we're gonna get like 16 times the XP rates at tier 2. It's gonna be chill. One thing that I forgot to mention is that with both woodsman and with the early tiers, Endless Harvest has a benefit over Barbarian Gathering and Abundance, in the sense that if you want to AFK at a node, you're not gonna get griefed by other people stealing your resource node, right? So for example, if you're chopping a tree and then another guy with like Barbarian Gathering just punches the tree down, you're gonna still be gathering the tree, right? You're not gonna get griefed. So that's really nice quality of life, especially both throughout the league and also especially at the beginning, because everyone's gonna be fighting over resource nodes. Woodsman allows you to steal hunter monsters or hunter animals from other people. Steal, because you have a higher chance to attract them, and you're guaranteed to attract them or guaranteed to capture them. So with Woodsman, you're gonna be able to, you know, if somebody is training hunter without Woodsman at the beginning of the league, you're gonna be able to get the hunter creature over them, pretty much. But I do think I do think hunter is gonna be a really ugly skill to train early on, even though it's a really good skill to train early on because it's really fast. Because everyone's gonna be fighting over the hunter monsters. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we kind of went through the combat tree earlier, but I think I'm gonna like clip this and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. So I think I'll just go over this briefly again. As sort of like a TLDR. We're gonna be respecing 2 times in this league. The very first time, yeah. So we're gonna be respecing 2 times. So we're gonna have 3 trees on our planner, and then we have 1 free respec to spec into anything that we find is interesting mid-league, or if we find that both trees have their own good things that we can sort of extract and merge together, we can maybe reshape our final tree with the final respec. Or if anyone wants to follow this this route, they can use that free respec to do their own thing. So our very first tree is gonna be a powered staff prayer pen with some minor melee specs, or some minor melee nodes, just to get Slayer and early bossing going. And then after we're done with early bossing, by early bossing I mean being done with Moons, Moxliato, Hubicado, Zalcano, Hespori, Serachnis, and all the Slayer monsters. So that also necessitate us getting 95 Slayer. Then we can start doing Corrupted Gauntlet with all the extra nodes, Demonic Gorillas with all the extra prayer pen, and Doom with the prayer pen and also the minor damage nodes. So once we greenlock these 3 capstone bosses, we can then spec into either mage or melee, right? So that depends on what you want to do and what gear you have. But then since we're gonna be doing Smoke Devil, we are very well equipped for going Shadowflame right away. We'll then do Zora and Jad and Zook and So is a very interesting one. Let's take this one for example. So you can see that with our magic tree at 40 points, we are able to kill Zook in 30 seconds. That is very insane. That is very insane. And you don't even need 40 points, right? Because you see here, this is a lot going into melee. You can actually take all of this out, and it's a 31 point tree. Or you could take all of these out and use the minimal magic tree, and you're gonna be doing a lot of damage anyways already. So you can see that with this, you're gonna be killing Zuck in 50 seconds, right? And the more points you invest here, this one doesn't count because this one's just and this one kind of matters. These 2 are like minor boosts. But here, this is a massive accuracy node that rockets or 49.5 second kill time to 39.7 second kill time. It's a 10-second kill time increase, 10-second time to kill decrease. It's insane. So you could get these 4 nodes and forego the quality of life from AoE Slayer. And here you can get this very powerful tree in 24 points, right? So transitioning is not going to be an issue because you can get a very powerful tree very quickly with very little points. Once you have the Twin Flame, sorry, not Twin Flame, once you have the Shadowflame quadrant. Now, if oh god, do I have the tree saved somewhere? This is 38. Oh no! Wait, ちょっと待ってください。Mage tree here. Let's use this one. Okay, we were taking a few like extra accuracy nodes. Yeah. So let's re-import this into the DPS calculator. Now, interestingly enough, if we do a search for we can see that the time to kill for the quadrant is 50 seconds, let's say 54 seconds, plus 38, so that's what, 54 plus 38, that's 92, plus 12 is 104 seconds to kill Now, 104 seconds to kill with 1 attack star.
The gem crab has moved.
That is insane. You don't even need to worry about like hybrid, tribrid, all that jazz. You just go in with the demonic focus, devil's element and the Shadowflame quadrant, and you just like spec that, or you just auto that guy down. That is so much damage without thinking. Now, in comparison, if you go with Blindbag, Blindbag also does very comparable damage. It's 41 seconds, 34 seconds. That's shit. It's 41 just now, right? So that's 75. 75 plus 44, it's 119 seconds. So it's very comparable damage, both the melee and the prayer. Prayer. Both the melee and the mage build, right? So it really comes down to your preference, whether you like to go for the halberd, Blindbag, just the 7-tile melee swing, just 50 million hitsplats kind of build, or you just want to go for a very straightforward, very simple mage build that also works super well in Karamja, right? So my plan is to spec into the magic tree and build whatever magic build on my magic tree. sorry. I have a minimal magic tree here for 18 to 25 points. The extra 25 is from, you know, taking all the extra notes. So you can start with a minimal mage tree after respec, and then just build it into the full mage tree as you get more points. And you can get a lot of points when you use the mage tree to both do Zora, Jad, Zuk, and So this will get you a lot of demonic pacts points to spec into your combat tree. And then once you have more points, once you have more gear, you can then respec again and try out the melee build. And when you're trying out the melee build, you can also use that time to both do more to see, hey, how fast am I doing with my full melee build versus you know, the mage build. Also, you can use this time to do Soul and Vardorvis, because Soul and Vardorvis are very slow with mage. You can put it in the calculator, but then I think I do have it actually here for Soul. Yeah, with Soul, with the prayer, with the mage build, you're taking like 3.5 minutes to kill Soul. Whereas with the Blindbag build, you're spending only slightly over a minute. That is pretty good. So yeah, that's gonna be my plan for leagues. And I'm probably gonna link this Google Doc in the description with all the skill trees like linked and whatnot. And if you're interested, you can follow it. If not, I think from watching a lot of the videos online about discussing leagues and whatnot, I think it's just nice to get a fresh pair of eyes, a fresh perspective on what people think about each relic. So yeah, I'm just putting this out there. I've been mulling over what to take for so long now. Like, I've been talking to like a friend who is also playing like RuneScape right now, and who's also we're probably gonna do like Hawks together. And every day I'm just like, oh my god, do I want to take Endless Harvest, or do I want to take Abundance, or do I want to take Barb Gathering to just skip Agility? It's been a struggle, man. It's been a struggle. I was gonna make a Saikuno joke about picking girls, but let's stop there. Okay, that's gonna be it for now, I think, for my leagues overview. So yeah, league starts in slightly under 2 days, so that's gonna be pretty fun. Yeah, I hope. I mean, this is gonna be really fun, right? So if you guys have any thoughts about what I mentioned regarding the relic and region choices, or even the skill or even the weapon tree choices, feel free to comment. Because maybe I'm gonna hear it and I'm gonna be like, oh, maybe I should change my mind, or maybe I should take Abundance after all. Yeah, we can kind of get a conversation going, but then I think I'm done flip-flopping. I think I'm just gonna spend the next day or two, or more like the next day and a half, just relaxing, getting ready for leagues. Even right now, I'm mainscape. I'm not even doing anything much right now. I'm just like doing crabs. I'm gonna be doing crabs in the main game, and I'm gonna do crabs in leagues as well. Oh my god. All right, this is just my life now, I guess. Okay, well, yeah, that's gonna be it for now. So I'll see you guys when League starts, I guess. I'm gonna be streaming Leagues when League starts, and it's gonna be a good time.